Have you ever caught yourself wondering if the official story is just a veneer over hidden truths? Throughout history, certain events whisper from the shadows, beckoning us to look closer. Today, we'll examine a few forgotten conspiracies, rumors and theories that refuse to be silenced. Could they be more than just tall tales? In the heart of Paris, beneath the unforgiving gaze of paparazzi flashbulbs, a tragedy unfolded that shook the world. Princess Diana, the people's princess, was dead. A car crash, they said, a drunk driver, a tragic accident. But even as the world mourned, whispers began to circulate. Doubts took root in the fertile ground of grief. Could it be that the woman who defied the crown, who walked among the people with such empathy and grace, had met her end not by chance but by design? The official investigation pointed to a speeding Mercedes, a desperate attempt to outrun the relentless paparazzi, and a driver under the influence. But for some, the pieces didn't quite fit. Whispers spoke of a white Fiat, a mysterious vehicle seen near the tunnel entrance, its presence unexplained, its driver never found. Then there were the letters, penned by Diana herself, expressing fears for her safety, anxieties about threats to her life. Were these the paranoid delusions of a woman hounded by the press, or a chilling premonition of a plot against her? And what of the driver, Henri Paul, the man blamed for the crash? His blood alcohol levels, abnormally high, raised eyebrows. Was he truly intoxicated, or was his blood sample tampered with, a convenient way to silence him forever? The official narrative, neat and tidy, failed to satisfy those who saw shadows lurking behind the facade. The death of Princess Diana remains a wound on the world's psyche, a tragedy that refuses to be neatly categorized. Sarajevo, 1914. A city bathed in the golden light of a summer morning, oblivious to the storm brewing on its cobblestone streets. Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, arrived with his wife Sophie, a visit intended to bolster ties, to project an image of unity and strength. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. As the Archduke's motorcade wound its way through the city, a young man, Gavrilo Princip, a Serbian nationalist fueled by the fires of revolution, saw his opportunity. Shots rang out, piercing the summer air, forever etching that moment in the annals of history. The Archduke and his wife, mortally wounded, slumped in the back of their open car. The world watched in disbelief as the unthinkable unfolded. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand sent shockwaves across the globe, plunging Europe into the abyss of World War I. Gavrilo Princip, the young assassin, became a symbol of nationalist fervor, his act of defiance igniting the powder keg of European tensions. But as the years passed and the horrors of war faded into memory, questions lingered. Was Princip merely a lone wolf driven by blind ideology, or was he a pawn in a far more intricate game of power? Some historians, delving into the murky depths of pre-war diplomacy, point to a web of secret alliances, clandestine agreements, and simmering resentments that had long threatened to erupt. Was the assassination merely the match that lit the fuse, a convenient excuse for nations already spoiling for a fight? The Austro-Hungarian Empire, eager to crush Serbian nationalism and assert its dominance in the Balkans, seized upon the assassination as a pretext for war. Germany, bound by treaty to its Austrian ally, offered its unwavering support. The stage was set for a conflict of unprecedented scale. The Cold War, a time of paranoia, suspicion, and an ever-present fear of annihilation. While the superpowers engaged in a high-stakes game of chess on the world stage, a different kind of drama was unfolding in the skies above. Reports of unidentified flying objects, strange lights, and inexplicable aerial phenomena surged during this period, adding another layer of intrigue to an already tense global climate. Were these UFO sightings merely the product of Cold War anxieties, a case of mass hysteria fueled by fear and uncertainty? Or did they point to something far more extraordinary? As the United States and the Soviet Union poured vast resources into developing advanced aircraft and rocket technology, it's perhaps unsurprising that sightings of unusual objects in the sky increased. Experimental aircraft, secret test flights, and weather balloons could easily be mistaken for something more exotic, especially when viewed through the lens of Cold War paranoia. But many UFO sightings defied easy explanation. Witnesses, from seasoned pilots to ordinary citizens, reported objects performing maneuvers that seemed to defy the laws of physics. moving at incredible speeds and exhibiting strange, otherworldly lights. Governments on both sides of the Iron Curtain took these reports seriously, fearing that the other side had developed a technological advantage. Project Blue Book, the US Air Force's official investigation into UFOs, collected thousands of reports, attempting to separate fact from fiction to determine if there was a genuine threat to national security lurking in the skies. While many sightings were eventually explained away as natural phenomena or misidentified aircraft, a significant number remained unexplained. In the twilight years of the Russian Empire, a figure of immense power and enigmatic charm emerged from the Siberian wilderness, captivating the attention of the Tsar and Tsarina alike. Grigory Rasputin, the self-proclaimed holy man, healer and mystic, weaved his way into the heart of the Romanov dynasty, his influence over the royal family growing stronger with each passing day. But Rasputin's rise to power was as meteoric as it was controversial. His unorthodox methods, his rumored debauchery, and his uncanny ability to alleviate the young Tsarevich Alexei's hemophilia made him both revered and reviled. To his followers, he was a holy man, a miracle worker touched by the divine. To his detractors, he was a charlatan, a dangerous influence on the royal family and a threat to the very fabric of Russia. As Russia stumbled into the chaos of World War I, Rasputin's influence over the Tsarina, and by extension the Tsar himself, became a source of growing concern among the Russian elite. Rumors spread like wildfire through the halls of power. Whispers of Rasputin's alleged sexual escapades, his meddling in state affairs, and his pro-German sympathies. Fearing for the future of the empire, a group of nobles, driven by patriotism and a desire to protect the monarchy from what they perceived as a corrupting influence, decided to take matters into their own hands. On a cold December night in 1916, Rasputin was lured to the Moika Palace, the residence of Prince Felix Yusupov, under the pretense of a late-night rendezvous. What transpired that night has become the stuff of legend, a tale shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Accounts vary, but most agree that Rasputin was first plied with poisoned food and wine, which he seemingly consumed with no ill effects. Unfazed, his would-be assassins then resorted to more drastic measures, shooting him multiple times. Even after being shot, Rasputin, according to legend, continued to fight for his life, eventually succumbing to his injuries only after being thrown into the icy waters of the Neva River. His body, recovered days later, bore testament to the brutality of his murder. The year is 1916. The Great War rages across Europe, casting a shadow over a nation on the brink of involvement. In New York City's harbor, a fiery inferno erupts, forever altering the landscape. Black Tom Island, a vital munitions depot, becomes the epicenter of destruction. On July 30th, explosions rip through the island, sending shockwaves across the city. The blasts, felt as far as Philadelphia, shatter windows and shake buildings. The Statue of Liberty suffers significant damage, its torch arm scarred. The aftermath is chaos and confusion. Firefighters battle the blaze for hours. The air is thick with smoke and the acrid smell of gunpowder. As the dust settles, the investigation begins. Sabotage by German agents is the official explanation. The explosion is a stark reminder of the war's reach. Whispers of doubt circulate. Some question the investigation's thoroughness. Others suggest a complex web of propaganda and alliances. The Black Tom explosion remains a shadowy episode, a reminder of war's consequences. When we dig beneath the polished explanations, we're left with tantalizing hints of alternative histories. Were these events simply accidents and coincidences, or evidence of something more carefully orchestrated? Though the truth may be elusive, these lingering questions remind us that history is not always what it seems. Sometimes, beneath the surface, secrets remain, waiting for those daring enough to uncover them. Thanks for watching. If you found this exploration intriguing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your own theories in the comments below. History may never give up all its mysteries, but together we can keep asking the questions that matter.